My Hensight bowls have helped me achieve my greatest dreams, one of the most special being a gold medal at the Commonwealth Games. No matter where I am in the world, my Hensight bowls suit any surface and feel comfortable in the hand.
The Trewarne Bowls Club. Amazing food for you and your family. Function rooms for celebrating with your friends. Corporate spaces for meetings and conferences. With special benefits for members. Visit us today at the Trewarne Bowls Club. More than just a bowls club.
The Moama Bowling Club is your place for fun and food. Come and try bowls and make new friends. Have coffee or bring the family for lunch or dinner. The Moama Bowling Club. Visit us today on Hazelwood Road.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the Henselite Victorian Open for 2025. We are going to crown our first champion in the mixed pairs for 2025's Henselite Victorian Open. My name's Tony Sherwell, bringing you the match of Cass MILLERICK leading up for Kevin Anderson. Their opponents today, Chelsea Pollock and Todd TREWARNE. And joining me in commentary, we have a very special guest. We have Lisa TREWARNE.
Hello, how you going?
Going very well. Lovely to have you in here, and we'll look forward to your insights. Of course, younger sister of Todd. Heck of a bowler in your own right.
Yeah, well, he always takes the crown, that's for sure.
Yeah, well, he might be up for a title here, but you're up for one this afternoon. You'll be playing in the women's triples final.
Yes, it'll be a good game, good competition, and the girls have been playing really well all week, so hopefully they can hold that up in the final.
Yeah, absolutely. Addie Ryan leading up. Chelsea plays middle pin, and you'll be skipping that one. But first for Chelsea, she's got to go her hardest in the mixed pairs final. She's on the mat now.
Yeah, she's been playing really well this week, so she's definitely been holding her own.
They had a rip of a match in the semi-final up against Carla Miles and Mitch Sidebottom. It was pretty much one shot apiece the whole way. Might have picked up a 3 or something on the last end to win at 12-9, but it's an absolute ripper of a match.
Yeah, it was.
Locked at 9-all after 14 ends.
It was a great game. Everybody, the head changed every bowl, which was nice to see.
Certainly did. The other side of the equation, of course, was the match that we just had on BVTV. We have moved over a rink, so no advantage to the MILLERICK-Anderson combination. They got through their match against Leanne Poulsen and Maddie Robertson.
Yeah, it looked like a close game on their rink as well. Lots of drives, which I think we can expect from both Todd and Kevin today, I think.
Yeah, both got very strong up shots.
Yeah.
Probably 7 or 8 killed ends in the end. But we did get there. They didn't quite play their last end, but nonetheless, it was a win to Cass and Kev, 11-7 in the record books. Not a bad couple of opening bowls here. Good leads battle between these two. Chelsea's been bowling very, very well. Yeah,
so is Cass throughout the whole tournament. I've seen her being quite consistent, so it'll be good competition between the two.
Yeah, it should be a great game. No time limit for the final. Still, dead ends are replayed. 15 ends in total, 3 bowl pairs. John Roberts, our ITO, who's marking and paddling this match.
That ditch side seems to be everyone's favourite this week.
Yeah, it just turns a little bit more.
Yeah, it's certainly more consistent. I think you have the right weight on that side. You're bound to be close, somewhere near it.
Now, what have you played in this week, Lise? You're obviously through to the final of the women's triples, so you're playing well. You played mixed pairs with your partner, Todd Blackburn.
I did. We didn't go too well in that game. Sorry, my brother's just giving me a bit of a look for commentating.
He's realising that all those years when he's given you a hard time.
100%. They're all coming out right now. Yeah. We didn't go too well, but we were pretty happy. We won a game in the mixed pairs. I played singles, managed to get through my section in that, but lost in the first knockout round to Annette McCormick. She played unreal, actually.
Yeah, she's I mean this in a nice way, but she's a bit of a robot, Annette McCormack.
Yeah.
Once she gets dialed in,
yep,
she doesn't miss too many.
Yeah, and there's you're right in the robot aspect. Her action's just perfect every time. So she was hard to play against, but yeah, she just got on top of me early and she played unreal. So and then played pairs with Chelsea, but unfortunately this year we didn't go too great. We just couldn't quite pick the greens as well as the rest of the teams could. So.
Well, you've got the women's triples final here.
Yeah, be a good game I think this afternoon. But first we'll see if Chelsea's on a high after this one.
Well, they're off to a good start. They're holding 4 so far. Both skips with 1 bowl to come. This is Todd TREWARNE on the mat using a Drake's Pride Conquest. Kevin Cass, both Taylor GTRs, and Chelsea using a Henselite XG.
Very close here from Todd. That's a great shot.
It's well played. We saw this in the last match. That lines up to get Jack probably out of bounds for the kill. So
yes, I just saw Todd put his hand on his head as if to say, what have I just done?
yeah, it's one of those good bad bowls. So while they are holding 5, it's a bit of a target for Kev Anderson, who does have a lethal drive, so that would expect to see weight.
He doesn't miss very often, Kev. He's always in the area.
Not crazy weight, just hard. And Jack is out of bounds.
Jack's over the bank, actually.
Don't know who that man is, but wouldn't want him in my slips. Cordon for cricket, just missed that one straight under the hands.
That's actually Chelsea's dad.
Oh,
that's Darren there. You missed a sit of that one.
Darren, come on, lift. Jack pops out of bounds, up and over the bank. And you do have to pay attention when sitting behind a rink in lawn bowls, particularly if you've got a Todd TREWARNE or a Kevin Anderson there. So
that's correct. They both have pretty strong drives on them.
Certainly do. So we'll reset. No score on that end, obviously. Replayed. Todd and Kevin having a couple of good laughs already. I think Kevin might have just turned to Johnny Roberts, our paddler, and said, why didn't you catch that?
I wouldn't want to catch one of Kev's jacks, actually, after he's had a drive. My hand probably wouldn't be ending second best in that one, I think.
No, you do have to be very, very careful in all seriousness when these boys are driving. A number of girls have got a good roost on them too.
Yes. Yeah, I certainly don't. I can't drive for the life of me.
People like Tash Van Eldick, Kelly McKieran can give it a fair old rip too.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, lovely shot.
I've seen Cass play a few big ones too.
Yeah, she did have a couple of drives in the last match. She's got all the shots, Cass Millerick, no doubt about that. Not a bad way to start a Saturday morning if you've got the weekend free. Come on down to Traralgon Bowls Club. You'll find a Henselite stall down here where you can get some bargains across anything you need, whether it's accessories, bags, shoes, or a new set of bowls. And then you can grab yourself a new outfit from Campbell Derrick at AM Sportswear, doing a roaring trade with all the Vic Open merchandise. 2 good bowls from Cass Millerick.
Very good shots
On this opening end.
I have spent half my week in that store down there, actually, not going to lie.
Yeah, some really good stuff. Some great, see, looking across a collection of all of their bowls models.
Yeah, I had stood over there earlier and trying to tell myself I didn't need any more bowls.
Great effort from Chelsea.
Yeah, great effort there. Castle on good track here.
Yeah, that's 3 pretty good opening bowls from Cass Millerick. Holding 1. Good morning to you, Vince, who's watching from Leppington in Sydney. Mary's watching from Fife in Scotland. DJ Crazy Dan from Inglewood Bowls Club saying, go Kevin Cass.
Had some great games on the live stream over the last week. So
We're so blessed with talent in this state. We've got great games everywhere. Some people in our comments earlier said they got home from work late last night and then started watching and couldn't put the phone down, had to watch the whole lot.
yeah, I feel like in a house full of bowlers up in Traralgon, all we've done is go home and rewatch bowls. You'd think we'd be sick of it by now, but nope, that's what's been on the TV when we got home.
Well, hopefully for your sake, you get the opportunity to rewatch the women's final later on tonight.
I do hope so. I hope it's not one I don't want to put in the memory bank, that's for sure.
Yep.
It's close here by Todd.
Good track.
That's a great shot. Bit unlucky.
Not going to be rewarded with shot, but a lovely trail. Well, going to finish in a reasonable spot.
Yeah, very good home there. Can't imagine Todd won't be playing a draw shot on this one, I don't think. And by the looks of the foot and the finger pointing, I don't think so.
Yeah, so what he's hoping is going to come on the front white bowl and hope his bowl is locked in on Cass Millerick's bowl.
Yeah, any jack is okay too, depending on how far back it goes. Winding up pretty big. It's a very good shot. It's another dead end.
Action aplenty. Jack out of bounds. Great hit from Todd TREWARNE.
Yeah, he did say before he got on the mat to Chelsea, does yours work too? And she said, yeah, but you got to hit it pretty straight. I think he just proved that he can do that.
Yeah, it was a good question from the skipper and a good response from Chelsea, the lead. She was absolutely spot on. So we've had two goes at end one, neither that successful.
Eventually we'll get one end on the board, I'm sure.
Exactly. Kevin Nimmo asking for a shout out on YouTube. Of course you can have one. Shout out to you, Kevin Nimmo. Hi from Cougs. Also in Facebook comments. Plenty of other games today, Jake McHutchinson. So we've had the mixed pairs semi-finals this morning, the mixed pairs final now. We've got two other time slots today. We will play women's triples final and a men's triples final. A couple of other matches on in between as we get deep into this tournament.
Richard Stokes says, go Mustangs.
Richard Stokes was here during the week.
He was, yeah. He played triples with Todd and Matty O'Brien. Played pretty well, actually.
He did.
Evan Ryan said might be a long game. Yes, I think it will be. But a long game makes for an exciting game, so. Good weight by Cass there.
Singles finals held tomorrow. There is men's quarter-final action later this afternoon. And then semis through to the final, both men's and women's, will be all tomorrow.
That's a fairly good question. I don't think anyone has ever timed anyone on the mat, but it might be a good thing to start doing because he's very quick but very accurate. So
I love how quick he is on the mat. It's for two reasons. One, there's no time wasted, but two, there's no indecision. He's not, I'm not sure. He's already made up his mind before he gets there and then plays the shot.
Yeah, it's great. I think it's you got to be very talented to be able to get on the mat and know exactly what you're doing and get it done quickly.
Yeah, Ryan Bester also very quick on the mat. So after this match, we'll have the men's triples finals. The women's pairs semis will be on rinks next door. And then after that match, around 4:45, give or take, we'll have the women's triples final. And the men's singles quarters will be on at the same time. So plenty to watch.
Good weight by Todd, just a little bit narrow on that side.
We'll be streaming the men's and women's triples finals, so we won't see the men's singles quarterfinals in the stream action, but obviously if one finishes early, we'll switch over as much as we can. So far this head's setting up like it won't be a killed end. We may finally get an end on the board.
You never know though.
Yeah, still a couple of bowls to come. Here we go.
That's very unlucky. Try the jack. I think he's one down in the cast in the corner there.
Yeah, Favy, you're right.
Good track.
Nice call from Tanner Arthur.
Yeah.
Anybody who says you should take your time on the mat, have a look at the trophy cabinet of disco curve, Ryan Bester.
That's right. I think whatever works for you. Todd's usually pretty quick on the mat too, actually, but depends on what kind of shot he's trying to play.
He reads the head pretty well, Todd. You'll see him every now and again on the last bowl come down and have a look. Make sure of which shot it is. We saw a good example of that in the last killed end.
Yeah, he likes to make sure he can see every angle of what's going to happen. It's pretty close here.
Is it going to get down to the bowl? Just misses, rocks it slightly, but no change. Would you imagine that's still the shot bowl? Question is, how does Kevin get in there?
Yeah, it looks like it's pretty close. There been a few finger measures going on there.
Cass hasn't given any further instruction to Kev, so I presume they're comfortable.
Yeah, regardless of whether he's up or down, I think the shot doesn't really change too much down there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's very unlucky. It's very unlucky.
Cass Millerick with the measuring duties.
But good news, everybody, we have an end one.
We do. Yay! One end done. BJ Anderson says he normally just closes his eyes and hope.
I did play region mixed pairs with Beach, so I can agree.
Maybe that's the strategy I should try. It can't get any worse.
I can't say I've ever done it, but maybe I should try it sometimes.
So Wonder Chelson Todd was the result there. Kind of thought that was the other way, but whether that bowl just rocked in. It's all history now. Chelsea Pollock, Todd TREWARNE leading at 1-0 after one end. Did I hear right? These are actually your bowls that Chelsea's using?
Yeah, I do own them. I think I'm going to give them to her because she's playing too well with them. I don't want them back.
No.
Yeah, I played with these ones for about 8 years or so and kept buying new bowls and going back to the same ones. And basically she said, I'll take them off your hands so you don't keep going back to them.
Of course, a Henselite XG, best bowl in the business.
Yeah, I've never bowled with anything else, and I can't see myself ever doing so.
Crowd just started to build a little bit behind this rink as well.
Yeah, you can see all the juniors coming in to have a little bit of a look.
Yeah, why not? Somewhat unusual, only have one game going at this time of the day, so.
Yeah, I was a bit uncomfortable with how quiet it was this morning in here. There was barely anyone here. It was very early in the morning.
It's a fully enclosed facility, and an early start on a Saturday this morning at 8:45 roll-up, so yeah, it was very quiet early, but.
It's starting to pick up now, which is great.
Yeah. Nice bowl from Chelsea
Yeah,
Pollock.
great shot, Charles.
And of course, they're both club mates of yours, so it's going to be very difficult for you to not cheer for them. But
Yes, I am trying my best.
you're doing well.
I do get along very well with Cass and Kevin, so I do wish them all the best. But yes, I certainly have some. My best friend and my brother are playing, so it's pretty hard for me not to cheer.
All part of the deal, and that's why we've got you in for some expert comments. Of course, that's the voice of Lisa TREWARNE. Couple of shots to the Mustangs as it currently lies. Lisa and I'll do the first half of this match, and then you can go and cheer as loud as you like once you get
Thanks for that.
back among the Mustang faithful.
Yeah, there's quite a few of us here. We always come in packs, I've noticed. There's quite a few of us here behind the rink there. You'll see them all.
Yeah.
Probably the most nervous human being I've ever met in my life is Chelsea's Nan Bowell.
Right.
She's pretty nervous. When Chelsea steps on the green, she rides every bowl. She basically works just as hard.
She's going to be exhausted by the end of today then.
Oh, she was exhausted by the end of the other day, that's for sure.
Yeah.
She's had a full week of botching bowls. She's buggered.
She'll need a day off.
Yeah.
2 finals in the one day for
Yeah.
Chelsea Pollock's a hell of an achievement. So shout out to her Nan. They're very shiny bowls at Todd TREWARNE. I'll give him
He
that.
cleaned them this morning, gave them a bit of a scrub.
Yeah. No change, still holding a couple. Combination of Pollock and TREWARNE.
Looks like pretty good grass here from Kevin. Just thanks, Matthew. Appreciate that one. In reference to the hashtag 49, he's commenting about how many games I played for Victoria because he was lovely enough to let me play 49 and not let me play my 50th. And he likes to remind me of it every day.
He's a funny man, Matt Flapper. He played an absolute belter of a match against Mitch Sidebottom. Both players played brilliantly last night.
Yes, he played 2 pretty big games, one against Corey Davey in the singles just before that game.
Yeah, fellow Melton Mustang.
Yes, yeah, he played really well and got on top of him for a little bit there, but Matthew's just got that never say die attitude, I guess.
And there's a bit of weight for Kev. Middles
That's
the jack, stays
great
in.
shot from Kevin.
Couple down to 1 up. See this drive come in, never looked like missing the jack.
Nah, it was all
Gets
over
it in the belly. A little bit of air time in the pit to hold 1. Yeah, Matt Flapper not only played that, he's now playing integrated pairs outside, which for those who hadn't seen before, it's one of our parabolas teaming up with a non-parabola. The parabola must skip. So whether a physical or intellectual disability.
It's a fairly good effort here from Todd.
That's a great effort.
Wow, that's a great
It is
shot.
1 down to that. Can Kevin Anderson see that bowl and remove it?
I don't know how I feel about being called too old at 23, but thanks, Matthew.
Very close. Got it.
Oh, what a great
Wow,
shot.
what a ball. Kevin Anderson rips it out clean. They'll pick up a single. We are 1 shot apiece. And we've had 2 ends in a row that we've completed.
That's a win, I think, for this game.
And in between games, Matt Flapper just giving commentators a bit of a ribbing. Nothing he can't do.
Nothing unusual for him either. Giving someone some lip on the comments.
Todd and Kevy just giving each other a little high five. They both knew there were some great bowls played. First of all, Kevin Anderson to get the jack back straight in the pit. A ripping draw shot from Todd TREWARNE. Kevin Anderson replied and took it straight out.
Yeah, you got to love that. A little bit of mutual respect from both sides of the teams. It's great to see.
That's what the game's all about.
Very good start from Cass.
Mark Rossington's back watching from the Philippines. We've got a global audience for these matches, Lise.
Yeah, it's really actually quite surprising to see how many people are always watching BVTV. I think it's great, getting views from all over the world.
We put up great matches. No shortage of viewers. Of course, you can go back and watch all of our previously streamed matches on BVTV. You can log on to our YouTube channel, find them on Facebook.
Yeah, your YouTube has been a definite reoccurrence in our house at home.
Yep.
I don't know how many games of bowls we've rewatched when we haven't needed to.
Comes up very quickly on my TV at home. It's usually the recently watched.
Yeah.
Wilson Alexander cheering on Kev and Cass. And Whitehead saying Matty Flapper's the top in all he does for bowls. Not wrong. Vic Open ambassador. Legend of Victorian state bowls. Played at the highest level, played Commonwealth Games. Not much he hasn't done. Of course, under-18 state coach. Bowls
Yeah, he
manager
certainly
down
is.
at Ocean Grove.
Certainly is one of a kind, Matthew. I'll regret saying that because he'll remind me of it now.
So if you've just joined us, this is the Henselite Victorian Open for 2025. This is the final of the mixed pairs. Players have made it through sectional play. Round of 64, 32, 16 quarterfinals. They played the semi-finals this morning. Both these teams obviously successful and now playing for the title.
Three pretty consistent bowls from Cass there. Chelsea was a little unfortunate that she was a bit narrow and hit Cass's third bowl up.
Holding for the Moama pairing, but still plenty of room.
Pretty close here from Todd.
Yeah, certainly got in amongst it. Might be second shot.
Yeah, a little bit lucky with a little bit of a rub on the front bowl, but he was in the area.
Ken Atkinson's watching on YouTube from a rain-sodden Bris Vegas. Sorry, you've got to put up with some ordinary weather up there, but we'll do our best to get you through with some great live-streamed action here from the Vic Open.
You were correct about that being second shot. Good eyes.
I find I get things right about 11% of the time, so look forward to the next series of errors from me.
A little bit narrow there for Todd's bowl.
No change though, still just one down. Has Chelsea ever won a state title?
No, she hasn't.
Not yet?
Not yet.
2 chances at a Vic Open title today.
Yeah, she's. We've won a couple of region titles. Chelsea's only been playing for 6 years, so she's only just sort of she's done great for 6 years. She's getting herself out
absolutely.
there and has improved out of sight over the last 12 months. So
Been putting a lot of work into her game.
yeah, she's always on the track.
Kev trying to drive this bowl of Todd TREWARNE out, just missing a little wide. Still no change. Shot still on for Todd. Favourite's just going to be draw weight, trying to get around his second bowl.
Yeah, I think the aim is to sit on Cass's back bowl there a little bit. Sit on that, flop in, you could make a couple.
It's just going to be a touch wide for that track. No real stress though.
Was just the one.
Just the one. 3 ends gone in this 15 end final. The Henselite Victorian Open mixed pairs, 2-1. Currently the lead, Cass and Kev as they're known. That's Cass Millerick, Jackaroo, Kevin Anderson, former Scottish international. Now calling Moama home, has done for a few years now.
Beach, I doubt it, mate. You know that I don't have the confidence of my brother.
Now hang on a minute. I think the other day you might have pulled out some form of double cobra action.
Oh, look, I wasn't on the live stream, so it didn't happen.
I know what I saw.
It doesn't usually happen for me. I'm not exactly one to show some excitement, but I was pretty happy with that.
I hope this isn't talking out of school, but I did have a conversation with you afterwards, and you said, "Oh my God, I've turned into my brother."
I did. I did look at that and think I locked eyes with him at one stage and thought, I've never felt more like you in my life.
Yeah. That was a ripping bowl. You've got to celebrate good bowls every now and again. It's my fat fingers saying this is N23 when it's N3. Apologies for that. N3 of 15. My bad. What about when you won a couple of state titles? Did you do any double cobras or anything then? Or?
No double cobras. I won my first one when I was 14, so it was
don't
more
imagine
just,
you wouldn't be doing much then. Yeah.
It was more just pure shock and excitement, I think.
What about you won a few years back with Carla Krasanik in the women's pairs? That
there was no double cobras then either, but I definitely nearly broke my arms with the high five.
Yeah. What was it, 2021? 2020.
Yeah. It was a weird one because it was played the year after. It was played in 2021.
Yes, that's right. It was January down in Warrnambool, which was actually the 2020 championships. Yeah. Spot on. Todd won the mixed pairs the same year, I think, from memory, didn't he?
He did, yes.
And then, unfortunately, just as they were ready to play the national mixed pairs, it got called off due to COVID.
It did.
Never got a chance. They would have been a pretty red-hot team. Of course, that was Carla Krasanik, who partnered Todd in the mixed pairs and you in the women's pairs.
Yes. It was
Did you get to play your women's pairs at national level?
Yes, we did. We just fell short on that.
So it was just the last little stage of that event got impacted by COVID, and Daniel Andrews closing borders at will.
Todd a little bit interested in this one from Charles.
Yeah, gets around the front, it's good. Does that, headbutts the jack, and good enough for shot. Let's go Steamers, says Swanee, the mayor of Moama. Going okay so far. We've had a couple of killed ends at the start. We've had some great bowls being played by all. Currently a 2-1 advantage.
Yeah, everyone's been playing really steady bowls. All got their weight control down to a T.
Yeah, great shot, Kevin Anderson.
Great shot,
Get some applause from Chelsea Pollock. A couple of shots in the way of Anderson. Gary Ball's just put in the comments, how are the dim sims down there, Aussie? And, Todd Blackburn has obviously seen the comment. Just shown it to Aussie. Bit of a smile on Aussie's dial now. Yeah, nice bowl from Todd TREWARNE. Sits one out. Still under the Moama pairing. Kev just travelling a bit. We'll get something in behind. That'll be the best back.
It's a very good home. I think he knows exactly what might happen in this next bowl.
Yeah, Todd, quite an aggressive player, so you've always got to keep that in your mind when you're playing someone like Todd TREWARNE, lining up for big weight.
Yeah, he's got a pretty big wind-up on him too, so that's a
Certainly
great
got it.
shot. And is that another dead end? Where'd the Jack go?
No, I think Jack's still in. So
Oh,
Jack's
yes, Jack is still in, unfortunately.
halfway between the rink marker and the boundary peg.
Yeah, it's a bit unfortunate for Todd there. I think that was a great shot, but just Jack landed in a very good spot.
Yeah, so the two green and white halved bowls in that shot are the two shot bowls. Kev with one bowl to come, and Todd TREWARNE will have last bowl. Terrific facility here, Colin Bray. Asking on YouTube. It's not a bad crowd too. It'd be building all day today.
Yeah, it's getting bigger and bigger. It's definitely grown heaps since.
This needs to stop on the lip. It's
That is
just
a great
touch
effort
runny.
from Kevin.
That was probably about an inch off stopping. Yeah, good call from Todd. He knows he can't get them both. He's just got to try and cut this back to one. Can get inside it. He can still make shot. He's got about 2 feet of room.
Yeah, I believe he just double-checked with Chelsea that if he beats that outside one, he has one.
It's a very good effort.
That is a great effort from Todd.
What
That is
shot.
a brilliant shot.
It's a fist up in the air. 2 shots apiece, 4 ends gone. And the Henselite Victorian Open 2025 mixed pairs final. Crowd building. Treated to an awesome display of bowls. Semi-finals this morning on both sides of the draw. We're very, very close. Lots of ones. No different here. Good bit of support for Moama and the Steamers in the chat.
Yeah, they're a brilliant club up there. I've heard some really good things about them. They're always cheering for each other on live streams whenever it comes up.
Yep. Decent chunk of support for the Mustangs as well. Christian and Ella saying this is the year of the Mustangs. Steve Weston always likes having the Metro West bowlers in the finals.
Yeah, I believe Christian did used to play at Moama, so he's
Torn between
he's
two
torn
this,
between, yeah.
this match. Looks like our under-18 players are on a lunch break, so a few of them.
Yeah, they're all coming inside to have a little bit of a watch.
Yeah, they like to keep an eye on the action here. Watch how some of the stars of the game go about it.
Yeah, I think it's great about the under-18s tournament coming in at the Vic Open. I think that's a great idea.
Yeah. Going very well, the under-18s, as are our integrated pairs. Also on a lunch break at the moment.
Yeah, I've been watching that actually. It's quite fun to watch. They're all very good sportsmanship out there.
Yeah, they have a ripping time, and I hope this comes across the right way. They take the mickey out of each other more than any other group of bowlers, any other cohort.
It's great to watch actually. It's actually quite enjoyable. I was sitting there watching a few bowls and having a giggle at they're all high-fiving each other and just enjoying their day. It's great.
They have a great old time. And the talent that was out there, integrated pairs, of course, is one bowler with a disability and one not. We had Nathan Black, Sammy Atkinson, Matty Flapper, Johnny McCarron.
Yeah, some big
Tyson
names out
Crowley.
there.
Yep. All having a wow of a time. All part of the Vic Open. Huge event. All across the Gippsland and Latrobe Valley area, brought to us by not only Traralgon Bowls Club and Morwell Bowls Club, but Destination Gippsland and Latrobe City Council. strong supporters of this event. Huge for the whole economy down here. Fill all the hotels, all the clubs, all the pubs, all the restaurants. We bring thousands of people to the area.
Yeah, it's been a brilliant week up here. I think this facility is next to none. It's a brilliant place. Good greens and great
What a
shot by
bowl.
Todd there.
One down to one up. As Kev just returned the favour. It's just a touch wide. It's coming back hard. Just going to miss wide. Not lost there though.
No, it's in a great home. Anything behind, I think, in this game is a really good spot.
Yeah, I don't think we've had too many ends where the jack hasn't moved, so.
Another very good shot by Todd there.
Two great bowls, Todd TREWARNE. Does frame the jack slightly, is the only worry.
It does. Every time Todd puts one near the jack, he does kind of look at him, shake his head, or.
It's a green light for someone like Kevin Anderson. Little touch on the jack.
It's a great shot. He's made one out of it.
Toucher in the pit. 2 down to 1 up. Lovely bowling. One more day of action here at Traralgon Bowls Club. You know what that means, Lise? That's one more opportunity to get an egg and bacon roll first thing in the morning.
I have to say, they have been unreal
They are
up here.
fantastic.
Been part of my morning ritual, but I've been too nervous to eat this morning.
You got a long way to go before 4:45. So.
I'm more nervous for this game, I think, at the moment.
Well, yeah, true. You can't control this one. You can control yours later.
Exactly. Although I'm all right in this one, but the last game I felt like my stomach was in my mouth for half of it.
Yeah. Well, it was so close all game. Of course, that semi-final between Carla Miles and Mitch Sidebottom and the Mustangs, Chelsea Pollock, Todd TREWARNE.
Yeah, it was a brilliant game. They all played really well. I did find myself hiding behind a table upstairs in the last game.
It'll be quite nerve-wracking. 9 all in the last end. They got the chocolates and they found themselves into the final here.
It's a great shot here by Kevin. Two great
Gotta
bowls.
stop. It's gotta stop. And it does. Couple of shots. The first multiple of this match. We are 5 ends through. The lead is 4-2. The way of Cass MILLERICK and Kevin Anderson. Kevin Anderson, Todd TREWARNE, again just having a little joke and a giggle and recounting some shots on that end.
Nothing like watching bowlers debrief after an end.
Yeah.
Something always didn't go right.
There's always some hand gestures.
Yeah.
Oh, this one went around, that one. Mel Jones is here supporting the Mustangs. So go Mustangs. Peter Brown on Facebook saying, let's go Cass and Kev.
Also a very good track. Very good track. Great bowl here from Cass.
No real obvious difference in this match yet. I mean, all 4 players are all finding it. There's quality play everywhere. Perhaps just Kevin Anderson's drives have just been absolutely on song. So
Yes, I think they've all found it quite well in this game. It'll just has been work. Kevin is lethal on his drive, so he's been all over it this morning, as you would have noticed in the last live stream.
yeah, amazing number of killed ends in that one. That was against Leanne Poulsen and Maddie Robertson. Cass MILLERICK with that familiar technique where she gets virtually down on her right knee.
That's a great comment by Alan there. Don't care who wins as long as everyone has fun.
That's what life's all about.
I think if you have fun, you always end up playing better. So
100%. Be nice and relaxed. Enjoy it. Recognise that you're not going to get every wick or every rub go your way.
great shot by Chelsea.
Lovely draw bowling. Sits about 2.5 inches off the jack. Weight's very good.
A very good home, though, there from Cass, both her bowls there. I think that one might be a little bit wide there from Chelsea.
Yeah, entitled to a loose one every now and again. The second one's the one that's done the damage. That's the shot bowl. Nice to see as I look around players that have played in this event from all over the world. We've got some USA players, a lot of Hong Kong, China players. We've got about 28 of them this year. Some Malaysians,
Yeah, that was
some
brilliant.
New Zealanders, some
Brilliant to
Scottish.
see. There's lots of different. I've met a lot of different people from different parts of the country over the last week. It's great.
Some from the Cook Islands. It's brilliant. People can find the time, come out here and play in the Vic Open, meet a bunch of new people. Even if they find themselves on the wrong side of the scorecard, you can still have a wow of a time at an event like this.
Yeah, I've been on the wrong side of the scorecard quite often this week, and
you've still had fun.
I've always had fun.
For those just joining us, that's the voice of Lisa TREWARNE. She's a Melton Mustangs. That's her brother Todd TREWARNE skipping, and her friend Chelsea POLLOCK. Her and Chelsea and Addie Ryan are teaming up in the women's triples final this afternoon. So you might have found yourself on the wrong side of the scorecard at times, but you've been on the right side. Quite a number too.
Yes, yeah, we've done really well in the triples this year. We Addie Ryan's never played a Vic Open before. We thought we'll team up and see how we go, and it's worked perfectly.
Addie's still 16, 17?
Yeah, she's around about there. I think 16, I think she might be. Pretty bad that I don't know my own teammates' age, but she's around about 16.
Nice to see an event where you can have all ages.
And she's been absolutely elite the last few games of triples. So her and Chelsea were joking quite regularly over the knockout rounds that I was sitting in a very comfy armchair ride. And as much as I'd like to tell them I wasn't, I definitely was.
Yeah, you just don't want to give them all that, though.
No, don't want to give them the credit, but they they definitely deserve it. I haven't actually had to do much yet.
Kevin Anderson on the mat. Going with weight, trying to get rid of this shot bowl.
It's very close. Oh, that's
Just
very
collects
unlucky.
the front bowl. Opens it up, though. If only had another bowl to come.
So just double checking whether or not that bowl of Kevin's worth sitting out.
He does have a shot if he wants to play green and white of Kev onto the Cass MILLERICK bowl at the back. Can make 3 or 4 there, but
I think he's just trying to capitalise on that one shot they've got there. If they pick up another one that brings the scores back to level.
it's just got to run now. It's just got to run. Nope. I'll pick up a single. Always happy when shots are on your side of the scorecard. 5 ends gone from this 15-end match. Of course, the Henselite Victorian Open. Proudly brought to you on BVTV thanks to the fantastic support of Moama Bowls Club and Dandenong Club. They power the stream. A bit of slow internet here at times. I think you and I were both glued into the same thing.
Yeah,
wondering when that end score would update.
I was looking at you thinking maybe you didn't press enter properly, or
Oh, I thought the same thing. I thought, what have I done now? I've messed something else up. So Chelsea POLLOCK with that one has brought the mat up a bit. Jack's about a yard in from the tee.
yeah, good weight by Charles. I think she's struggling to get her grasp on that side this time. It can be a little bit tricky sometimes.
A little bit of movement behind the head. Unsettled Cass, so she wisely resets.
It can be quite distracting. Sometimes I don't even look at behind the head and I still can see something in my peripheral move a little bit and you lose everything you were just thinking about.
It's funny, if everything's moving, it's okay. But if everything's generally still and one thing moves,
Yeah.
that's when the issue comes about. Not a bad home from Chelsea Pollock. Yes, sorry, Paul, I probably should explain that. BVTV, Bowls Victoria Television. And that's effectively both our stream platforms on both YouTube and Facebook. It is very observant of you, Lynn Hall, on YouTube. Yes, that clock has stopped on the background.
Here I am, have been here all week and still looking. Oh, found it. I was still looking for the said clock that you said was stopped.
It's the one behind Cass Millerick on the grey wall, the dark black clock.
Oh,
I've never even looked at it, but yeah, it's showing 10 to 10, so.
I didn't even know it was there.
Actually look at my phone these days to find the time. Like everything else, it's all on the phone. This one
I
just
know.
got to clear the front. If it does, it's not bad. Gets a slight little rub. Don't think it'll be in the count, but a couple. Oh no, just one is the call from Johnny Roberts, ITO extraordinaire, who's paddling this match. Of course, our umpires, Mark Law and John Graham.
Does look very close for two from our angle, but then again, I am not standing out there.
It can be, we sort of sit right in the middle of the green, if that makes any sense to anyone, so we're seeing things on a very different angle.
So there's a good effort from Todd. Chelsea's pretty interested. Great shot there.
Good enough for shot. Well played. Draws a nice applause from the Mustang faithful.
Yeah, we do have a lot of people here watching, but there's certainly a lot at home that are taking very careful notice. Good shot from Kevin there.
Could be a couple. Two, maybe three is the call from Chelsea Pollock. So great shot, Kevin Anderson. Todd asking for this to hold. No.
Oh.
Well.
Everyone hates it when it happens against you, but you feel awful when it happens for you sometimes.
It's uncomfortable both ways, isn't it? So Kevin now forced to play with a bit of weight. Oh, what a shot.
That is a great shot.
He has got that millimetre perfect. Result probably wasn't as good as it could have been. Just touches the jack and then gets a bowl out. So it's still one, but what a hit. Again, it wasn't real crazy weight from Kev. He's got a ripping drive.
Todd just checking in with Chelsea about every angle and what can happen like he does.
He reads ahead very well, does Todd TREWARNE. Oh no, he knows he's just cut that one short. Cut that one narrow, I should say. So. Kevin Anderson's just asked Cass Miller, is there anything fun on? No, just a boring draw shot. Sorry, Kev. Holding one. Can he get it to two? I'm going to say yes.
Yes, he can. That's a great shot.
That ability to change from a full-blooded drive to a draw should not be underestimated.
It is very skillful to do so.
6 ends gone in the Henselite Victorian Open 2025 mixed pairs final. The lead now 6 shots to 3. Cass Millerick, Kevin Anderson with their noses in front. Chelsea Pollock and Todd TREWARNE. Plenty of time left in this match. And when I say time, I mean ends. Of course, 15 ends. There is no time limit for a final. We just want the best team.
Very good start from Cass. It's really starting to feel now.
Yeah, it's terrific. It's kind of interesting that Vic Open sort of goes sectional play where everyone's playing and therefore your spectators are a little lower. And then the following day is always the knockout matches of that discipline. So the second day when there's knockout matches on has always been absolutely heaving in here.
It's great to see people that have been knocked out as well just coming to watch and support the club as well. Which is ironic because most bowlers hate watching bowls, but they end up doing it anyway.
Yeah, it's a good point you make. These sort of festival-style events, the Australian Open, the Vic Open and so on, are kind of different for some reason, aren't they? They're a little bit more social than most people, once they've been knocked out, they don't really want to watch anything. They're kind of happy to get moving. But
yeah, no, up here it's a little bit different. You always want to try and catch up with people you haven't seen in years. And there's always a very good game of bowls on to watch.
One of the best things about events like the Vic Open. Not only that, we get superstars commentating with us. That's the voice of Lisa TREWARNE. She's commentating on her brother and friend, Chelsea Pollock, on the mat now. Brother Todd TREWARNE. Later on this afternoon, she's in the women's triples final with Chelsea Pollock alongside Addie Ryan. Kind enough to give us a bit of her time in commentary today.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. So a couple of shots to Cass Millerick at the changeover. As Faye Winther says in the Facebook comments, great bowling from all bowlers so far. Yeah, it's been a ripper.
It has been. There's lots of consistent bowls and the head has changed every time they cross over. So it's been pretty good to watch.
Certainly has. Warren Fair-Jones has been watching a lot of bowls this week, all the way from Collie in Western Australia. And we're rapt that you're joining us, Warren.
Chelsea's showing a little bit of interest here on Todd's bowl.
It's very close.
It is very close.
He's just going to push it to the side, but
bit
might
unlucky
have cut
there.
one out. Down one. There's this bowl from Kevin Anderson.
It's looking pretty good. Just going to cut shy of that bowl.
Men's triple finals also on today. Luke Hoskin, Cameron Keenan and Kevin Anderson. They'll take on Mitch Sidebottom, Matty Robertson and David Dawes. So that match will be after this one.
Big wind up from Todd again. Oh. He's got his own bowl out there. Still only one down, I think, though, because Chelsea's side bowl might be second shot.
Yeah, but Kevin Anderson's bowl just gave it a little touch, so I think you're right. I think that will be second shot. Whether Kev can remove that bowl, set himself in a pretty good position. Of course, Todd TREWARNE still has one bowl to come after it, so Kev going for the bowl.
He's pretty close here, I think.
Oh, never looked like
Yeah,
missing.
that's a brilliant shot by Kevin.
He has been on fire. All bowlers have been good, but Kev's just been that next little level. Don't sleep on Todd TREWARNE though. See this one on the replay. That's exactly the bowl. Sticks around in the count.
I think Todd's aim now is just to try and cut down.
Yep. Second shot's very good here.
Never want to drop a number in a game like this.
It's a pretty good effort.
It's very close. That's a great
well
shot
done.
by Todd.
5 down to 1 down is a fantastic result. 7 ends gone in this mixed pairs final. 7-3 is the score.
We haven't had a dead end in a while. This is
No, we started off with a bang, didn't we? We had a
Yeah.
couple there. But all right, 8th end, just starting.
yeah, great start from Cass.
Nice, a little touch at the start, the 8th end, make it look easy. Jules and Peter from Sale Bowls Club are watching from Bunbury in WA, nice part of the world. Not too far from Warren Fair Jones. You could meet up and watch it together in the local pub. And Whitehead saying on YouTube, Championship Week in Bendigo is always a great social week.
It's a great reply from Chelsea there.
Certainly is. 2 good Leeds bowls. Similar to the Vic Open, a great chance to see people you might only see once or twice a year.
Good afternoon, Brendan. I actually had to check my watch then to see if it was the afternoon.
Don't check the clock on the back wall. Still morning there. Oh, what a ripper of a bowl.
Clearly, I wasn't watching the clock at the back wall at all because I didn't even know it was there.
What does Chelsea do here, Lise? If you were skipping her, would you call her with a touch extra weight?
Yeah, a little bit of extra weight. She does love to have a little bit of a niggle at stuff, so I would have certainly called her on a little bit of extra weight. I think she's just tried to just play over the draw there. Chelsea has a mean arm on her, actually. She is pretty good at her drives.
Is she? Okay.
I wouldn't like to be at the other end of the green when she lets one of those go.
We saw Cass drive a couple of times in the semi-final match.
Yeah, she's pretty accurate with hers too.
If you were skipping, would you have Chelsea drive at this, or nothing behind, still a bit too risky?
I was about to just say exactly what Todd just said. Draw back to the play way back to the tee. You stay on the green if you miss. If you get it, then happy days.
Yeah, I mean, if she's narrow, she's likely to sit her own bowl back there anyway and stay. If she's wide, the same thing. Plenty of opportunities.
She looks like she's pretty close. Todd seems pretty interested in this.
Yeah, he's blocking up my cameras.
I know, he does that a lot, doesn't he?
Yeah,
Hey,
so
he's
that was
done
the
exactly what you
option.
said.
It's 2 things I've got right today. Wow,
You're on a roll.
I'm on fire. We presented our 2 Green Line Awards yesterday afternoon, Lise, to the clubs who've had the most entrants in the Vic Open.
Yeah, it was great to see. They're all very excited.
Yeah, nice thrill. So Stratford won the Small Club Award and Heathmont won the Large Club. They both win $1,000 for their respective clubs, having the most entrants.
It's a
in the
great
Vic Open.
idea.
Well worthwhile, particularly for a smaller club, with all due respect, like Stratford. $1,000 to them will make a big difference.
Yeah.
Todd lining up with a bit of speed. Not crazy weight, but enough. He's going to disturb things.
Just fallen narrow under there, I think. Yeah.
Kev just keeping the same weight as his first. Just looking to adjust his line slightly. Almost the exact same bowl.
Todd just saying he's just going to send it.
Yeah, look out behind the rink is what I'd be saying. Keep your wits about you now. Oi.
Great shot by Todd.
Oh, good hands, Todd Blackburn.
Yeah, almost hit his wife in the leg. And I jinxed it.
Yeah, happens every now and again. Commentator's curse.
Yeah.
That's what that is. So our third killed end of this match. Score remains at 7-3 after 7 ends. Although I noticed the board down there says 6-3 after 7 ends. But that can't be right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I don't quite know what the story is there.
I'm not sure either.
Might just try and double check with Kevy off camera. That's 7-3 after 8. And we've got 7-3 after 7.
Something's going wrong here.
Yeah, I'll wait till Chelsea Pollock delivers and I'll just triple check that we're right.
Did a great start there by Cass.
Trying to look at where the error is here. He's saying it's 8 ends.
So it just turns out that we're wrong. But I'll blame it all on you.
No, it is 8 ends. No, I just haven't updated it.
Oh, we almost blamed them.
That's too good of a game. We can't concentrate on everything. Can't even get my fat fingers to click the right cell on the Excel sheet. Ay, ay, ay. Back to action. 7-3 after 8. Good eyes from Lynn Bonney, saying the Mustangs are into Hilda's biscuits.
Hilda is one of our young Mustangs, Xander's mum. She makes delicious sweets for us every Saturday morning.
How good's that?
And her biscuits are unreal. I will save you one and I'll bring it over.
Now I want to come play at Milton.
Oh, look, she gave us a bag this morning full of, brownies, Rocky Road, biscuits,
Nice.
meringue. I think there's something like in there.
Wow.
I've
No
never.
wonder there's a big touring party that goes wherever Melton players
Exactly.
go.
We get fed.
Biscuits, Hilda's biscuits. Gee, a nice little head here developing. One bowl in behind. Everything else within a foot and a bit.
Chelsea just being asked by Todd to play just over the draw. She gets her own in the front or trails a jack. And she's pretty close to doing exactly that. Great effort.
Favour that for shot.
I'll be honest with you, I have absolutely no idea.
Might have heard an announcement in the background. That's the under-18 matches getting ready to go.
Yeah, I think they've just called both the integrated pairs and the under-18s back out.
Beautiful. Half their luck.
Oh, this is a great effort. You can always tell Chelsea gives away a lot when she is watching a bowl. She will lean in if she thinks it's close, or she'll stand back if she thinks it's got to either slow down or start bending.
Bit of contact on the bowl of Chelsea Pollock. Will roll this jack back for Kevin Anderson, but he's just electing to come in and draw. Sits it there for the next one.
It's a good home.
It is.
Todd just double checking whether or not they've got shot. I don't think Chelsea knows either. Todd just egging his bowl to hold on a little bit. That is a great shot by Todd.
Yeah, that's a ripper. Does that change what Kevin Anderson wants to do now? He's got the back bowl. It kind of lines up.
Yeah, I think that Todd and Chelsea's bowl are sitting quite nicely next to each other. He gets the split of those. He should run onto the jack, but then again, I'm not Kevin Anderson. He's the next level above me.
Yeah, fantastic shot there. Shows the mezzanine level and the crowd in behind this rink. Yeah, Kev's just going to whack it. Something's caught the funnies down there at the head end.
Oh, yeah. Always having a giggle. It's very close.
Hasn't missed too many.
Oh.
It's just collected the front bowl.
It was very unlucky. It was missing by millimetres.
See this on a replay. Comes down pretty hot. Runs into the MILLERICK bowl.
Very, very, very good effort.
What does Todd do here? He doesn't want any jack movement.
I don't know, but that was a very deep breath from him, actually. Bit of a sigh going on there.
Yeah. Called as one so far. How's he going, Lise?
I think he's a bit wide.
It's one of those bowls where he kind of doesn't really want to disturb the jack, I think.
I think he was pretty happy to leave it, to be fair.
Yep, I agree. We'll just confirm. MILLERICK's going to measure. That is the 9th of 15 ends gone in the Henselite Victorian Open Mixed Pairs final. Just checking to see who has shot before we have a change in commentary. Close, fine little measure. 2 down, there you go. Well played. Chelsea and Todd, they pick up a couple of shots. They're still trailing, but the gap is only 2 shots. 7-5, the lead to MILLERICK and Kevin Anderson. Lisa TREWARNE, thank you very much for joining us in commentary.
Thank you for having me. I am going to go cheer my heart out now.
You should, and good luck for this afternoon's women's triples final. We'll have a double change in commentary.
Thank you so much.
Alrighty, 7-5 after 9 of your mixed pairs final with the Henselite Victorian Open in 2025. A rare end played. See in the background, the clock in the venue has stopped at 10 minutes to 10. Just past 1, no time limit for this final. So we might be here a little while yet. Start up by Chelsea Pollock. There's slight length change, in fact big time length change. We've gone close enough to minimum here. Not sure enough for it to be measured. It's just pulling up short in a line that Kevin probably doesn't love, to say the least. And the co-commentator and I would have been here, but we just thought we'd give everyone else a chance. Hello, Olivia. How are you doing?
Good, Sammy. How are you?
Not too bad for a Saturday afternoon. Pretty fair game of bowls. We've seen 2 outstanding semi-finals earlier in the day. Victoria TREWARNE and Chelsea just getting the better of Carla Miles and Mitch Sybrom. What's happening in Steamerland? Cameron Keenan's in the building. He's ready to go.
I think a few settling in now, prepared for the next few big games incoming.
Straight into the men's triples final after this. Kevy teaming up with Cam Keenan and Luke Hoskin in that. Expected to start, well, was expected to start around 2:15. Update, that's not happening. No one ends play to this 15-end final. Good area again here.
It's the jack. Good shot. This game's definitely opened right back up with that 2 on the last end.
It has. They were sort of just hanging on there. Castle starting to get on top in the lead battle. To the diff with 6 to play, anyone's game.
Don't know about you, but I love a good final, and this is a great final.
Been treated to some fair games of bowls so far, especially yesterday.
Good shot by Cass.
Had to at least get to the jack or past. That's just enough to get the shot back. The crossover. Seen a few close crowd catches already in this game. I was going to say I don't see it being killed yet, but that would be an untimely comment, I feel. Trying backhand, trying to turn the road on the way in. Wide. So the Tone and Lise would have mentioned we've moved over from live stream rink to 6 to rink 7, and then we'll be on rink 8 for the triples final. A more familiar rink for those that have tuned in throughout the Vic Open on the live streams. As I said, unlikely to see a dead end here, but Toddy's decided with his second bowl he's going to play a bit more weight to try and open things up.
They do have everything past the jack as it stands.
Giving it a chance. Oh, wow.
Yeah, right, that was a...
Done and run through the shot bowl for 1. There you go.
Well played. Maximum result.
This time it's Kevy searching. Very similar shot. Just needs to get inside that one. Oh, that works. Oh, wow. You thought the last was a good result. Beat that. A couple, they've got everything past the jack, but hard to get to the jack with the 2 bowls up near the front. Skip's going to have a closer inspection. Kevin being silly once again. Johnny just assessing the situation, having a quick look at the score there. 2 down here with 6 to play. This mixed pairs final. The winner, of course, takes home the big medal, as well as a $6,000 check, which isn't too bad, I suppose. $2,500 to the runners-up. What's he looking at? Liv, because they've got everything on the way past the jack.
I like the analysing that's happening though, because they do see that they've got everything past, but they're also analysing the shots. They're 2 down. I think you've got to give yourself a chance to get the jack back.
I feel like they've got a 3rd shot and then not much after that, but it'd be pretty unlikely for that to move without anything else on the way through.
Weight's crucial here. This is the trickiest hand of them both.
On your backhand. Searching.
Wants it to get down.
Looking for the jack. I don't think he's getting all the way down. Wins that, reduces the count to 1, which isn't a bad result in itself. And last turn's Kevy's pass, which gives Steeman's pair 1 beyond the jack.
Yeah, I
Good
think
for
that'd
them.
just
There's
be-
still a little cluster, isn't there?
Forehand shot up and over Cass is good. Just sneak pass. Match those back ones. Send it out on a higher line.
I'm trying to get all the way past. He's trying too hard to draw a shot, not with that weight, although on the inside of that, he's probably in. Oh, Todd's got no bowls left. Well, that's good game awareness.
I just thought that too.
Oh dear.
We're switched on.
My bad. All right, so that's it. So it looks like it'll just be the one. It will. Exchanging ends in this mixed pairs final, 8-5 through 10 ends played. 5 to go in a tight contest. Just the 13 shots scored through 10 ends. Sort of expect the game to maybe open up at some point, but whenever there's a skip that's 2 or 3 down or in trouble, you know what's coming, and they hit more often than not.
Exactly. Even watching the last game of Kevy's, I don't think he missed a weighted shot. I was just talking to JR before, and it's insane that he's been so accurate. I mean, anyone of Kevin's calibre, you know he's going to be accurate, but to get the maximum results of his hits is definitely very handy when you're playing in a final like this.
Not horrific. It's just about jack height. Plenty happening. The integrated pairs are back out for round 4 of 5 in their sectional play. Green's full once more after the lunch break. And the under 18s are back in action for their final round before knockout stages later on this afternoon. We'll have the finals of both events indoor in the afternoon session, kicking off around 4:30-ish.
Well, it is slowly starting to fill up the club. There's still plenty of seats, so if you're not here yet, come in, save your seat early.
Good lead bowls by both here. Penny Thomas on the way down from Melbourne, here to watch the women's triples final later on this evening.
There are still
We'll
a
save
few
you a spot.
seats.
Just having a look in the outside green behind us. John with 3 short bowls once again. It's happened a few times today. Back into early retirement for old John Boy, I'm afraid. Shot by Chelsea, just missing out. Good setup. Pretty fair 4 bowls. Tell you what, how are we going here?
Great set by Cass.
It's okay.
Still short.
It's not an easy shot here. Might be back to the forehand, try and get a touch up. Turn the front bowl away. Try and hope to give Todd a better look at things.
It's definitely one of the closer heads we've seen from both leads. At this stage of the game, that's what we want.
Tell you what, needs to hold on. What a shot. Okay.
What an end, and we still have Kevin and Todd to come.
That's final worthy. All 6 bowls. Very effective.
Kevin wastes no time. Big weight.
Okay, bye.
It's the jack. Another dead end. Just another one.
Who's keeping count? Usually Tony would. Been a few. As we mentioned, no time limit for this, so we'll try end number 11 once more. Livy, no more events left for you at the Vic Open.
Sadly not.
In the loser camp, along with me and anyone else in the staff who played. What's on next on the calendar? State champs?
Yeah, state champs next week. So
Whoop, whoop.
couple days back at work, back at uni.
Work?
And then, yeah, no, gonna earn money somehow.
Yeah, pretty fair.
Yeah, so that, and then I'll play state champs, pairs, triples, and Cheba champs. So
No time for commentating while you're up there then, playing the whole
Yes.
time, hopefully.
hopefully, and if not, I will be busy studying or working, which probably won't be happening.
Too busy celebrating, surely. It's quite fair.
Andy startup. Another good start by Chelsea.
Good shots again from Chelsea. I tell you what, Liv, trying to get a staff member's attention that's sitting no more than 3 metres away is one of the hardest jobs in the book.
Well, he's munching on something, so clearly he's got priorities, and you're not one of them. Quite pleased with themselves, actually.
Andrew Hogue is always pleased with himself, and for a man who's never been on commentary and too scared to come on, don't know what he's laughing about. Yeah, you. Cash just pulling up short. Chance for Chelsea to jump on again. A couple in the area, knows the speed.
Just want to run as far as it can.
Probably anything but short of the jack was really good there. Kevin probably liked the look of that before that got down to the line as well. See what he plays. Forehand draw, backhand through their own. Bit of a 3-bowl play.
Wouldn't surprise me if he does go the backhand, try and get up through cast, move the purple, change the angles. Gives himself a better look. Yeah, no idea.
I
Scratch
honestly
that.
thought the same. That's why I went for that for the latter of the options. Draw the shot. Here's Kevin Anderson on and 11 in the mixed pairs final, and the weight wasn't actually all that bad. He fills that gap. I wonder if he changes next time. Tries to correct the line on his own. TREWARNE can try and beat him to it first. 3 down. If he gets down to the jack, he makes a third.
Here we go.
Did Liv just say try and break it?
Rake.
Ah.
So that positive weight we were talking through, either through any of theirs.
Call this one a JR special.
We're actually contemplating this. Here we go. Backhand, looking to rattle
this
things.
is really rake territory as well. Needs to give a little bit more.
Once Cass's through the
Chances
ball.
for stun and run. Oh, lawn bowls. Stun and run for 1. There you go. Plenty of chances. And Kevin Finally plays the right shot with his second bowl at the end and gets the result for one. It's not going to look great from the other end for Todd TREWARNE, you wouldn't have thought.
Probably wants to something similar. Get back to the jack or the bowl. Chelsea's there waiting for a catch. Will it get down in time?
An effort. Nearly gave the back one a little flick and fell down. Would have been interesting.
Kevin just looking to draw inside Chelsea's purple ones. Just under casters on the backhand.
Can't get to it from out there. Doesn't want to land anything jack high to give chances. That's not going to land jack high. If it is, it's 8 feet under on the other hand. And that won't make it any easier. Nope. Clear ball, mate. All right, Toddy. Slightly less weight, maybe. Still going to give it a chance for the trail. Tough shot.
Well, they're only one down here. This is a big role in terms of the game because if he does get that jack, snag the 3, we're 8 all after 11. If not, they find themselves 4 down.
So the numbers have been hard to come by. Only 1s and 2s to this stage.
Stalking it. Clears the front is half a chance. Just gonna die in the last
I think
few.
it was under for speed as well, wasn't it? It's only just getting there. If it was, they'll pick up the 1 and extend their margin back out to 4. How are we going for the triples final coming up? Oh boy.
I'm excited.
So am I. The singles was outrageous last night. The triples has been unbelievable. The women's triples still to come as well. And in between that, a couple of women's pairs semi-finals, including Cassandra. Team me up with Selena Goddard in that.
I almost guarantee there has to be a minimum of 5 dead ends in the triples. In the men's triples.
Yeah, well, Dawsey can go quick as well, right?
All of them can go quick. All 6 players.
Selena and Cass up against Di Payne and Sue Roffi from Whittlesea. In the other semi-final, Nix McKenzie and Kelly McCarron take on Andrew Todorovic, who's having not a bad VO2025, and Jan Hurst. And without Jan Hurst's last bowl for that trail for 2 that we saw on stream in the sectional stages, they're not at that stage. So there you go. Sometimes you just need your skip to play a big bowl or 2.
Don't give me that look, Sammy. Sub commentator, please.
Joking. Cass really starting to find it now. Last 4 bowls in this direction have been unbelievable.
Just to miss Chelsea's.
And this is handy once
Good
more.
shot by Cass.
Oh, yes.
Chelsea's on a fair line herself here. Just to get down a bit. Handy home. Good shot. Hurst's on a tight line here.
Hurries past this, it's
Speed's
thereabouts.
good.
Just building the head good. Wherever he is now. Making it look even more tricky for Chelsea and Toddy to pick up a number. Just need to win the end here. Stay within a few.
Similar track.
Plenty of
All on the
ends.
speed.
Giving it every chance. Oh, that's well played. Lead battle.
Good shot by Chelsea.
Has been all time. As Chelsea will be in the women's triples final later on this evening as well. Teaming up with Addie Ryan and Lisa TREWARNE just on commentary earlier. Their work cut out for them, but all three of them have been playing some very good bowls this week.
They have been. They played their sectionals at Sale alongside us, and they were playing some great bowls. So anyone at their best can beat anyone. Todd wants a bit of the jack here. Good shot. Please Cass his half a chance.
Right, I discussed with Tony in the first game that the block was the worst shot choice in the history of
I was
lawn
just gonna
bowls,
say,
and
I
we might
did
be about to
listen
see it.
that.
Going to be pretty unlucky. Just the front, he's going close to killing that.
I think he's opting to try and change this head, make the angles a bit more favourable. Also give themselves a chance if they all do go without the jack. But I don't know if that's possible.
No blocker here. He might be getting down to the closest here. Oh, what a superb attempt. Go again. Wide. Well, okay. Here we go. Big moment in the game coming up. Hasn't been a multiple to speak of just yet. TREWARNE's going it all back on N12 with a chance to
Even it up.
add in a fourth. What was that?
Thought we had sound effects.
Yeah. Wanted to turn.
He's on a...
Trying. Trying.
So get down and hurry every last bit.
Four, it's close. Fair effort. Todd TREWARNE with a big time trail with his first bowl. And number 12. And they are back within one with 3 to play. I'll have a chat about what the play is from here.
Yes, Paul, don't knock a good blocker. I unfortunately got on the end of one of Pidge's in our mixed pairs.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I was maybe a foot tight, but it was half a chance. And
Sorry, that's the keyboard I've just broke. My bad. All right. Let's see. They tried close to minimum last time with the Matt halfway and Jack near the top of the seam. This time it's Matt up at the top of the line. You know the Potters, how they got the guy like on the mic and he like tells you the jack length every time.
yeah,
Exactly.
yeah,
We need that.
we do.
Prediction?
Are you volunteering.
No, no. Absolutely not. Start just close to a metre behind the jack.
Good starter by Cass.
Plenty in to watch this one. Just 3 ends to decide. The mixed pairs champions for the Henslight Victorian Open for 2025. Chelsea Pollock doing everything she can to take home the title. It's a touch that just slides on past.
Bowls missing in good areas though. I found that's the key, especially with 3 bowl pairs. Having those bowls just past the jack sets it up for your skip.
Gee, this is fair to an off-centre jack. Same speed.
Shot.
That's how to do it.
Oh, and Chelsea's speed here wants it to hold on. 3 good bowls.
I didn't think he was getting there to be able to draw the shot, but Tyler proves he got there.
Craig, only once or twice, I think.
Just shy of the jack. Pretty up and down for the shot, in fact. Okay, shot for both skips to get after. Up on the forehand, positive draw.
Todd really wants to probably play this shot first, get to Cass's, touch the jack, change the angles. Play it first. Probably just overplayed that little bit too much. Right idea though. Trying to get that jack, sit Cass's bowl.
Up and down for shot. Chance for either skip to make something big happen.
Wants it to get down.
Tell you
Get all the way. What a shot.
Well,
That's
see
brilliant.
you later. Out clean for 2.
It was a good shot, but I bet that looks pretty good for Kevin up that end.
Doesn't like it out the hand. That's white. 2. Tony, don't think can really afford to leave that. Very, very small chance. You can see them just looking there. If Kevy flicks the jack over to the left-hand side. It's more unlikely that that stays in, right?
Yeah.
Not at that speed. We've only seen one actually stay in, and the jack was at the top of the line. Everything else has gone either over the bank or sideways about 4 rinks.
So just looking to put in back one roughly where Chelsea's standing.
Whose phone's going off, Liv? That's not you, is it?
Not mine, mate. Mine's on silent. Do not disturb. What a brilliant shot. Holding 3. Now the pressure's put back on Kevin to convert. Goes again. Half a chance. What a
Stay
shot.
in. Here I'm saying they haven't stayed in all day.
I'm not sure.
This is as close as it's gone to staying in. If it is, it's a few.
They're looking at it.
They're looking as if it's stayed in and looking for a shot. I think it's Kevin's phone. It stayed in. 3. Big time hit. Big time result. Stays in for 3. Joshy, was that Kevin's phone?
Yeah, classic.
Unbelievable. Huge hit, huge result in the context of this final. It means that Cassandra and Kevin hold a 4-shot lead. We're up and back in the mixed pairs final for the Henslite VO 2025, and Toddy with a big conversion on M number 12. Kevy responds with a 3 of their own.
Starter from cast, slipping past.
Whatever happens, well, it's not mathematically impossible. Chelsea and Tom really need to win this end. Don't want to go into the last needing a 5 or potentially more.
Clear the front, she's close.
Also clear run now under. Got a little slide, clear run, it probably actually gets all the way up to the jack.
Chelsea just looking for an extra couple of feet. Ball was on the track to come back onto the jack. Clears her own, she's half a chance here. Just got the outside edge. Speed was good.
Yeah, angles don't look fantastic for Toddy. Don't know if Kev's tried too hard. Maybe backhand sort of around Cass. Putting the back one down the right hand side. Might be the go. Try and build the head without making too much of a target. It's not around it.
I see a bit of searching weight here. Try and get Chelsea through something, hang around. Himself a chance with the next couple.
It's the hold. Still trying. Doesn't want this fat. Well, okay.
Chances now.
The front ones, if Cass is down here, down the right, what shot that is. Holding 2 at the moment. I think he's into it again. Pretty okay speed.
I think this one is not going to be short.
I was just asked, all 3 can go. Kills an okay result as well.
I think the angles do line up in his favour. Big weight incoming. Don't know what result happens.
Yep, they all went. All of their bowls. Chelsea's gone forward and out.
Looking at that ball makes you dizzy.
Yes. Kevy's just stayed there, and, well, Kevy draws a shot and Todd doesn't do anything. It might be shake hands time.
As Todd picks up a ball from the side ditch from that shot. Ball's going everywhere. Taking a minute to analyse the scorecard of Todd and Chelsea, weighing up their shot options.
4 down on the board with 2 to play. And 2, what, potentially 3 down?
Yeah, I'd say it's definitely 2. Suggested to just looking to draw this, give himself a chance on the last end. 3 for a draw, we play an extra end. Just talking about this shot earlier, drive to a draw.
Still room to draw the shot as well. So they'll leave coming off a drive with the last.
Quality speed, they're watching it.
Yeah, he's giving it some sort of chance, I think, Liv. Just needs to stop. Or collect the jack. And I think it guarantees that we'll play another end.
Was definitely a mighty attempt.
Definitely does, not 3. What did
Kevin
Kevy
says
reckon?
1. One.
Okay. Done
Still
well,
a chance.
save game. And we'll play the final end of the mixed pairs final. The 2025 Victorian Open 13-8. The lead to Cass Millerick and Kevy Anderson. Of course, still 2 more finals to come your way on finals weekend. Men's triples final kicking off very shortly, around 2:15, and then the women's final, the women's triples final, that is later on this evening. That'll be played alongside 4, what should be pretty fair men's singles quarterfinals. Women's pair semis also in action this afternoon. Sandra has been on fire.
Gave herself a good chance there to get down to the jack. I don't mind that actually, considering they do need a number.
It's more unlikely that if they draw 5 really close and hold that 5, and almost more of a chance of something a little bit funny happening and having a few bowls pass. Probably the worst.
Definitely. Todd likes that weight. Try and get the jacks good. Sit the bowl out. Preferably the jack. That's just changing over, trying to cover the possibilities of where a number can be made in the scheme of things.
Steamers moved across from rink 6 to play this final, and they'll move across once more for the men's triples final. It'll be on rink number 8. How you going? Good meal? He has no mic, he has no right to reply. It's fantastic. But you do have the cameras. Better be nice to you. Shot here from Kev. Scotty looking to try and line up and restart this one nice and early.
Sure
see
is.
5 happening out of this. Well, takes 2 Steamers bowls out the head. Kevy to draw one in. Can see minimal of the jack. Kevy's gone blocker here. Try and land one of these out. No, okay. Chance. Well, it's got to be the kill or nothing now, and can see the jack. Kevy blocker again. This one shorter than the last.
It's trying.
Tell you if it's any good. Horrific. Todd TREWARNE needs to kill the end. Otherwise, this will be the end of your mixed pairs final. Chance. Chance.
I'm actually not sure how that didn't snag. And then we have it. Cass Millerick and Kevin Anderson are your 2025 Victorian Open Mixed Pairs champions, as we just see that bowl miss the jack.
Too good throughout the whole tournament. Started with 61 sections. One of the most popular events at the Henslight VO for 2025 was the mixed pairs. And Cass Millerick and Kevin Anderson, too good. We'll put it down as a 1 on the final end. They take the title, 14 shots to 8. The title, as well as the $6,000 check. The presentation will commence very shortly. We'll end the stream because we've got another big final to prepare for. Men's triples final kicking off in about half an hour. We'll see you then.
My Henslight bowls have helped me achieve my greatest dreams, one of the most special being a gold medal at the Commonwealth Games. No matter where I am in the world, my Henslight bowls suit any surface and feel comfortable in the hand.
The Traralgon Bowls Club. Amazing food for you and your family. Function rooms for celebrating with your friends. Corporate spaces for meetings and conferences. With special benefits for members. Visit us today at the Traralgon Bowls Club. More than just a bowls club.
The Moama Bowling Club is your place for fun and food. Come and try bowls and make new friends. Have coffee or bring the family for lunch or dinner. The Moama Bowling Club. Visit us today on Hazelwood Road.